Welcome to the channel. So I got cut off. I was doing a video about this Stirling Council debacle when they're telling lies on Facebook and promoting cycling nonsense from Sustrans, Scotland, which is a government quango. So, the reality is, they're using children against us as well. Nobody really objects to children playing around with bikes and stuff. Obviously not, right? So it's kind of like a lot of Nazi Germany stuff they're doing. Stirling Council, 227.2 million economic benefit. The Sustrans, so they're repeating lies from Sustrans, false information. But so there's this. So this is what I said, and this kind of sums things up a bit. Although it wasn't very well written, and I could have written it better. So what I said is I walk around 40 miles each month, and that's my leisure time or going to appointments. Any other time I need to use my vehicles because either I'm transporting goods or myself and equipment. We really need to reject these government-funded quangos. It is eating our valuable resources, wasting vast fortunes on pointless bike projects that even cyclists don't use. Where does the evidence come from to support the financial claims? They seem very doubtful, highly dishonest. It's time we put a stop to this massive waste of resources. Sis Graham seems to agree with me. But this lady said, well, I got told I can't see the bigger picture. So this other lady asked this lady, what's the bigger picture? But this woman said to me, and this is good, right? She said, didn't you read the article? It seems to me, because I actually read it, that this can only be a good thing for there as a whole. That is a bit of a whole, yeah, thanks to this sort of thing. You making it mainly about yourself totally misses the point. I am honest, perhaps indicate you have an agenda. I'm sort of explaining my circumstances, and I'm a sort of typical person that engages in some types of activities, and I need, motor vehicles to engage in these activities, and that's a fact, and that's what happens, and that's what's always going to happen, and there'll be the vast majority of people will be like that, like me. They'll have a car, and I'm sort of reasonably fit, so I can walk. Some people can't even, they have disabilities and so on and so forth. They're not able to walk or, carry stuff upstairs and along, down paths and all sorts of things, right? Or bikes even, carry bikes, deal with bikes. We're in Scotland, right? This is Scotland. We're not in Holland. So this is what they're doing. They're pushing this stuff, and they're taking our money and spending it to make a cycling infrastructure in Stirling. They're doing it. There's bike lane where they're standing. There's bike lanes all down Kings Park. There's bike lanes all over the place. They've spent millions and billions on something what we could quite easily share. We don't need all that nonsense, right? We could share. Bikes can go and cycle. Drivers can go with cars. The road's wide enough. Everybody was happy. Everything's fine. But no, after a few £billion, and then you'll find some of these morons don't even use the bike lanes, right? So this woman goes. So what I said is, Sustrans is a quango with an agenda which unfortunately has an influence with local councils. I'm sorry you can't afford a car and must ride a bicycle, but it's going to be hard to get a better job with only a bicycle. Right? So this sent her off in a bit of a wobbler. So the agenda is to get more people. This is Janet Thompson Lightbody. Some name that in it. So the agenda is to get more people cycling and walking, ? You see that as a bad thing, ? How on earth do you know I can't afford a car, ? And if I couldn't, why on earth would you care, ? That brackets, that's a rhetorical question, BTW, brackets, end of brackets. I actually don't ride a bicycle though, through choice, but I think for those who do, it's a positive step in the right direction. I'm someone who likes to see the bigger picture, not make it just about me. I'm also retired, so I don't need a job, but if I did, I can use public transport like lots of people already do, ! Your tone is caustic and patronising because you come across as someone who doesn't like to have their lifestyle questioned at all. Exclamation mark. I also suspect your main gripe is with the Scottish Government. Am I wrong? Question mark. Funny little face. I could see, I said, this is my response, you have bought into the green communist agenda. It certainly wasn't my intention to get you so angry, and I'm sorry if I've done that. And then she gave me a... so what you're dealing with there, this lady, right? What you're dealing with there, right? So I mean, I went to art, to university and college and everything. Art. Oh, let's not go on about art, but they're NIMBYs, you know, middle class NIMBYs, right? You know. To sit around, look at it, enjoying the art and stuff and all that shit. Who's paying for it? Who's paying for all that crap? And that's what I hate about the art world. And that's probably why I'm not really in it that much. And look how capable I am of doing art. And I've got people like that who I'm well capable of doing that. And maybe this is my problem, that I'm going off on a tangent here, but it's full of people like that. They're all full of shit. They are. So I just want to do my art and do my own thing, right? I can do art and get on with it and do it, and I should do it, but I don't. And that's why I'm not really in the art world, because of this lot. So the art world, for the most part, it's like everything else. It's went woke. So it's full of women, tick boxing women, who are agreeing with each other. And it's not competitive. They're in it and they're organising most of it. And even these organisations are picking people that tick the boxes rather than people, and they're actually bullshitting it's all bullshit. Most of the art world's bullshit. Yeah. I don't really want. I think I'm going off on a tangent a bit there, but typical sort of. Oh, she's got Norwegian cousins. She's got Norwegian relatives. I put this because my aunt and cousin are Norwegian, but I love their culture. You know, privileged white women probably living off men, living off the backs of men. Definitely. I really touched her, well, you know, I really touched the buttons. I pressed on the buttons, and so that's typical. So we've got all these types. So most people, normal people, every time I drive on Stirling, never see anyone using the new cycle lanes. So I beat her there. Definitely beat her. I've exposed her as a middle class, privileged NIMBY with her push bike, whilst she's living off somebody else's pension or something. I don't know how she survives. But it wouldn't be doing what I do, like putting stuff in a car and going away somewhere. It wouldn't be doing that. So that's the thing about recycling and everything. There's always got to be a cost. You know, recycling. How do you get goods from one place to another? Or what's the most? So you're going to use a push bike? Can you get like 40 boxes full of goods in a push bike? No, you can't, can you? Or a bus? Can you go in a bus? Could I go in a bus with all that stuff? No, I can't, can I? And it's just like, they're just lazy, like middle class numpties. That's what they are. So most people, there's Keith saying, is there a wee asterisk at the bottom? 95% of this was completed by competitors at the UCI Cycling World Championships. Total waste of money. I use Causeway Head Road most days along with this other road with cycle lanes. Very few cycling these. Money would have been better spent on potholes. Yeah, Fiona, you're right. Lucy, I do the CTS surveying for. I can assure you, she's one of them. She's in the gravy train, the Sustrans gravy train. Lucy Noble. Oh, that was her. It was agreeing, laughing at my comments. Very rude, you know. Very rude person. Another one. Look at them. I'm not even going to say. Well, they're lesbians, aren't they? Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that. They are. You know? They're not. So, generally, lesbians are bitter women, you know. They're worse than normal women. They haven't quite made it. They're actually a waste of space. A bit like myself, I suppose, but at least I'm honest about it, you know. That's the difference. What is all this shite about Gaza? Oh God, Gaza, right? Okay. So she's 69% of 16 to 34-year-olds want to run Scotland themselves. Don't let your past be their future. So you want a load of 16-year-olds to run the country? Okay, that how's that going to work? Well, she's a yeser. Actually, bans Israel military flights. Who the fuck do they think they are? Scottish government. I'm on next to us a little like having a. There's the hypocrisy with this is pretty bad. Like, having a queen in sense like having a pirate or mermaid, you know, whatever. So she's anti-royalist, privileged, waste of space. This woman, living off the backs of men, I would say. Metaphysics. Nah, Google it, tarted it up. Oh, that looks nice. So this is. I was just sitting having Lee Anderson's a bit of a cunt. Well, you won't like somebody that's sticking up for the working classes, will you? Because you're not. You don't do any work, do you? You know, working for you're on the gravy train with Sustrans. So she's the one that's laughing at my comments. I've stopped doing that. I try not to do that. I think it's childish. You know, when you're debating somebody and you're laughing, putting the laughing things, it's childish. Well, this Nikki Gilchrist is on my side actually. Alright, so they're a bunch of useless fannies. They're spending billions and billions source of data, you see. And so this is that Lucy Noble and source of data. I drive the one at the Cup and Saucer 4 times a day of the school because I see regular people walking it, but never a cycle. Would be interesting, you know, the source of the data, just to know what far they would think I walked. And I'd barely see a bike in the cycle lane anywhere in town. Yeah, it was an e-scooter on it this afternoon. So this lady, I think she drives a bus or something. So she's going up and down past the bus lane, you know, in Stirling. She got looking at bus lanes and things. Cycling doesn't produce much tax. Motorist tax paying for cycle lanes doesn't make any sense. We're getting scammed. Road tax doesn't exist. You know, that's that old argument. It's the roads via general, even those who don't use them at all. I know, but it should. So that's the hell. I'm going to say it should pay for roads. So that, you know, that argument about the road tax, right, I think it was time we got going, this is taking too long. But we all know that they're full of shit. So the green communism agenda is what they're on. Oh, sorry. This is the second part of this update this morning, because I messed up. Somehow it's stopped working, I don't know why. So, thanks for watching, please like, share, subscribe, bye!